Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on last year's national champions, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the game. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Ready to fire from the pistol. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking for a man, it's Rivers. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. With the catch, it's Davis. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
Looking for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. To the air. It's Rivers. Rushes on him. Grabbed behind the line. It's Davis. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10. They'll ride Davis here. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. This quarterback part of their running game. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled their last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Back to pass. Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle. It's Jacobs. Right down the gut of the field. Inside the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it has gone final in that fascinating Pac-12 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. Fun one in the Pac-12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for goal position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive.
Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing. That's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
It's complete to the left. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The offense changing the play. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the offense was hoping the defense would be expecting inside runs, so they toss it trying to use the speed to get to the outside, but the defense didn't bite. They were there to make a negative play and now set up 4th down.
They booted away on 4th down. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Rivers. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Seminoles headed quickly to the line. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Watkins. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing.
Going for it all. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the second half on defense? That's the question.
To the air, it's Rivers. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, 1st and goal.
He's got it on the move. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and 4th or 3rd down and goal situation.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. He's looking to pass. And the quarterback hauled up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And that is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Back to throw, it's Rivers. Looking to get it in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll try the run. He hits that hole. It opened up for him as he gets 6 and all the way out to the 9-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 3rd. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the returner goes down. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Davis. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
On the direct snap, it's Davis. And he forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On the direct snap, it's Davis. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Back to throw, it's Rivers. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more... And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Snagged in the middle, it's Smith. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back Back to pass, it's Rivers. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
And a great job understanding where you're at on the field. And I know that sounds very simple, but I run that out route, I start getting towards the sidelines. I got to feel it. I don't have time to look down as the ball's coming to me. Great job catching it and getting that foot in bounds.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. He's looking to throw. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gamecocks are in the hurry up. Motion from the wide receiver. Rides the back on the option, the give. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Unloads to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. With the catch, it's Jacobs. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. They'll run for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Rivers. Under fire. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
This quarterback is getting frustrated, and you can see it now, right? They've had some possessions, but they only have a field goal to show for it, and he's now starting to take shots. That time, that was not the right look to throw it way down the field here at the end of the first half, but the defense loves this because right now, this quarterback is playing right into their hands.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. He's not afraid to go deep. And that's Typical matchup there. Third down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Hunt is on its way. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Running back searching for a hole. Finds a crease at the 20. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half.
Brought down at the 26. And first down for the offense.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our best chance of success in this game? Which side of the offensive line can we run to? Which guy can we throw to hopefully now have a much better second half?
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Looking to throw, it's Rivers. Got his man. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now.
There he goes. Past the first down marker and still running. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll give it to him again. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Rivers. Swings it out to his running back. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made it tackle.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job tackling that defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that 3rd down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one is picked up in the end zone. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
Finds his tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the big fella. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Running into the open space.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
The Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. The give to the back. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. from the red zone, looking for a space. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to the toss. Creates a little space. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
They go to the draw. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it 3rd and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 13 over Southern Miss. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Complete to the right. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in their recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. 1st down from the 45. Got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got it behind the line. It's Davis. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Second down.
That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to throw. It's Rivers. Good timing on the quick out. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10.
South Carolina, 21. Florida State, 10.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. He'll start this drive firing. Quick strike complete. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
One play in this drive, and already out to the 41. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Out of the gun. The inside handoff to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And they get the sack, but they knew it was a pass. You go nickel, you're bringing more speed on the field, more DBs. You let the pass rush eat. Everybody communicates, right? Like you understand by formation, by tendency, they're throwing the football. Nice job by the defense understanding what the offense was trying to do.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Tight end now in motion. Back to pass, it's Rivers. Grabbed in the middle, it's Davis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. What looking to fire. Right on the money. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. He just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone, score, and try to save as much time on the clock as we can.
Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Davis.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Caught over the middle. It's Davis. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Wide receiver going in motion. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
At the 7-yard line, brings up second and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Rivers. Flips it out to the back. Back's going for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Trying to get it done with the run here on third and goal. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And I think it's go time now at this point of the game if you're on offense, because you need a touchdown. You have this golden opportunity down close to the goal line. Who is a playmaker you can identify offensively that you know can win one-on-one to get you the score?
Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, though.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback keeper. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the returner will be brought down.
And the Florida State offense will take over 1st and 10.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
The Noles want to move quickly.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Fires to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They just keep firing. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Here comes the heat. Another incompletion on third down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going for it all. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that fourth down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. The give and tick, 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 tick. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Gamecocks are at the line, looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. It's really not hard to find the difference between this game and the loss last week. Turned it over 3 times a week ago, none today.
And just a great response. Last week, you know, you're probably the reason you lost, and you didn't take care of the football. But now you step out here, you show your team you can bounce back, you can lead, take care of the football, and lead this team to victory.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Got room to work. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now, with his legs and his decision-making, getting the ball to the pitch, man, he's shown a variety. In this defense, they're having to defend the whole entire field.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. And in a two-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love